All right. Welcome on this Thursday night. We are playing Dungeons and Dragons. We are doing Dragonlance, Shadow of the Dragon Queen campaign. And yes, welcome. I'll do kind of a quick recap for what happened last week. The party is in this path of memories, kind of like a dungeon type area. And on the map, this is kind of where we started last week. But the party went south and discovered an old tavern that is flooded down in this area. Upon entering, the party fights off a green slod that came into this area for magical means. The party, after we defeated the green slod, the party went west and they came upon a historical burial area right here. Once the characters enter the room, there were green flames blazing in the skull's eye. And the skull was glaring at the party and said said in Draconic that you built your degenerate throne on our graves and used our ancestors to fuel your ambition, but your gods abandoned you and we struck you down. You return, and so do we. Balrin makes an epic persuasion check against that incorporeal bones of a phantom brass dragon that was about to appear. So the persuasion avoided confrontation with a undead dragon. That was very nice, very clutch. The party then moved to the west here to a worked stone room full of laboratory equipment. There's vials of colorful liquids, glass lenses, and live mice in cages. There were books crowded shelves and overflow into the floor. Betty pockets a glass lens, and Balrin reads through historical references to a fly.
Pocketed more than one. I know I've got some pockets, but you can't make binoculars with one lens.
Okay.
You need at least
Lenses.
four.
Ooh, 4 lenses. Okay. You got 4 lenses. Balrin read through some historical references that were referring to a flying city called Anyari and learned all the information from basically the history of the city. So that was, again, like in Discord and stuff, very in depth. Went back to like Sarlamir and the big, large gold dragon Caravarix that fought and all that stuff. And you learned about the king priest that basically created this floating city. And in order to do that, he used the bones of dead dragons, basically was desecrating them. And because of that, the gold dragons got really mad. They came and attacked. Willingly so, and caused like the whole city to crash and be destroyed. So yes, so that's kind of what happened. The group did find a spell scroll of Arcane Gate and a book containing rituals for divination and phantom steed spells. That'll most likely just be sold because we don't have a wizard in our group. So that's where you guys are at, and you guys are here on the map right now. Do you guys have any questions before we start or begin? No? Okay. You got stinky cheese feed out right now. There is a door to the north. Looks to be like the only exit in here, but what would you guys like to do?
Stinky cheese lead the way.
That sounds like a good idea.
Okay.
Go north.
All right. What was that, Tara?
No, I was just saying that sounds like letting Stinky Cheese Feet kind of lead the way like we have been. I think that should probably be like sort of our typical marching order. I would ask, like, do we want we can have Halvard up front for like melee stuff like tanky things, do we want me in the back? I mean, I kind of feel like when we're traveling through areas that there might be dangers behind us, it's it's good for me to be in the back so that I can combat anything that comes from back there. But
Yeah,
you know,
go ahead and move your
squishy sandwich.
go ahead and move yourselves. I'll say, oh yeah, I've got some new things that I think you guys might enjoy when. But go ahead and move into the room. Sticky Cheese Feet goes in, and then you guys just go ahead and move into the room, and I'll describe it really quick for you guys.
And before you do that, I'm looking online or looking in the handbook real quick to make sure I can. I think we could still use those scrolls if can't we? Even if we don't have them memorized, we just one shot them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's an action to use the scroll. So the drift globe goes in. I'll give you guys each like 30 seconds to set yourselves up inside the room.
Okay.
This chamber is furnished as a luxurious apartment. Its lamps and stuffed chairs looked old but well maintained. A hooded crimson robe figure, and let me steps through the door. And they look like this. I'll send it to the game log here. And I'll continue reading. A hooded, crimson-robed figure steps through a door from the east and gives you a calm nod. From behind, a bleached skull mask speaks a smooth voice and says,
Ah, welcome. Let's get to the assessment, then.
The figure holds out a blue gem, which then just shatters into like a million little pieces. And as you guys are in the room, the wind starts picking up on the floor. Stinky Cheese Feet kind of like moves out of the way, and heavy winds like right in this area here, and you slowly, let's see. Well, yeah, as the winds start picking up, Balrin and Xiaomi, you recognize the robes, these red robes of, yeah, possibly high sorcery or the order of the robes. So you recognize this right away. And as the air kind of picks up, an instant later, you see manifesting before you an air elemental, and it outlined with like an outline kind of resembling a dragon. And it manifests right here. This is what it looks like. Yeah. This is kind of what it looks like, an elemental-ish dragon. Not as epically huge, but pretty big. You guys have fought air elementals before, so it's nothing.
In this room, that looks kind of big.
Yes. Kind of big. And we are going to go into combat. You see the mage just kind of like, she has like her arms kind of crossed, and she's just watching. She doesn't really look like she's a threat, but everybody go ahead and roll initiative. This air elemental is...
I have a question.
Mhm.
When she summoned it, that's a spell, right?
This, go ahead and make an Arcana check for me.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm okay with that.
So this is a, you know of this as a, like a gem of, I'm trying to find it here, but it's like a gem of summoning. That it's like a one and done type gem or something like that. Yeah.
I was hoping it was a spell. Like, just like counter spell. We're done.
Yeah.
Not that lucky.
Oh. Okay. Ooh. Yeah, initiative. Air elemental is 22. Yeah. They rolled really high. Okay. Then I think we just need Alex's halberd. If he's not still lifting weights. Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
Okay. Alex, put the dumbbells down. He's working out in his room.
I'm swole.
Okay. So we will go with the air elemental first, and let's just do some battle music. Okay. The air elemental will move in close to all you guys right here. And it is
With that arcana check that I can glean from an air elemental dragon, its weaknesses, its strength, any of that sort of stuff.
you guys
Pretty good roll.
Yeah, I mean, fighting air elementals, you know that they will have a special attack, a whirlwind. This one, like, you're really unsure about, like, this dragon visage.
Okay.
Maybe this is just a, like, an extra flare or something on top of the spell. You're not really sure.
Okay.
But let's see. Must make, okay, in this space. Okay, so this air elemental is going to go into the space. Can only go into the space of. So it's going to go into the space down here. So that's going to be kind of in Balrin and Halvard space. Let me make sure, read this, make sure I'm doing it right. Each creature in the elemental space must make a, go ahead and make a strength saving throw. Halvard and Balrin.
Gotcha. Is strength, you said?
Yeah, strength saving throw.
Gotcha.
Ooh, nat 20. Wow. Ooh. Okay. So this whirlwind type effect starts whipping all around, and you guys just take cover. And Halvard, you used your green, it's been green shield. I would say Balrin, like you just kind of like grab something in the room and tie yourself down, but a whole bunch of stuff like gets knocked up all around this thing, and it looks like it would have done some serious damage to even knock you guys around, but you guys made a successful check. Wait, let's see. If a saving throw is successful, oh, the target takes half bludgeoning damage, but you
That's what I was gonna assume.
but you are not flung or knocked prone, so that's good. Okay, so it's gonna, here's the bludgeoning damage. So 11 bludgeoning damage, and you do not get flung. Oh wait, half damage. That's right.
Is that half? Yeah.
So 6. Yep, you take 6 damage. Thank you. And that is the end of the whirlwind's turn. Let me see if I can move them and back you guys so that, yeah, move to the bottom. There you go. So it doesn't get in the way of. Okay. So Biddy, you are up next.
Great. I cast bless.
Bless. All right. Who would you like to bless?
Well, I'm gonna cast bless first level, so it'll cover Halvard, Balrin, and Xiaomi.
Okay. All right.
I am running out of spell slots.
I know, me too. I only have a few for this.
I'll give you concentration. Okay. You guys
And then
just see this blue aura surround all three of you guys. The threads of Mishakal weaving in an internal loop around, or eternity type loop around you guys.
all right, so Biddy kind of she stands there, she sees this thing, she grabs her shield, she closes her eyes, she prays to Mishkal. Like raises her hand and just like as she goes, like this glow falls upon everybody. They get that magical leaf over magic.
Awesome. Is that the end of your turn, Biddy?
Yep.
Okay. Halvard, you are up next. You are currently in the.
Is there
All
a
up.
way of moving out of it, though?
Yeah, you can move out of it without. Yeah, you can move around it. I mean, as long as you don't get out of the or provoke a opportunity attack. But You can move.
Gotcha. Did this thing do like any attacking, or was it just move on top of you and then
It moved.
do stuff?
It moved on top of you, and it did a special whirlwind attack on you guys.
Gotcha. I think I'll move. Shit. I'm gonna, just in case V is gonna try and go on top again, I'll try and keep spread out. So I'll move over here. I'll
Okay.
try to attack with my long sword.
Okay.
Well, long swords. Oh, oh. We love dancing long sword. This one. 18 to hit.
That'll hit.
Since Balrin is like basically somewhat inside and kind of flanking position, does he get advantage?
Sure.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying, like position wise, it kind of looks advantage.
Yes. I'll go.
Fair.
I'll go for that.
It will be 8 magical slashing damage.
Okay.
For that, and then the second attack, which I'll roll advantage for this one if I'm flanking then. Ooh, 27 to hit.
That hits. Go ahead and roll damage. And your magical weapon seems to do
10.
damage to it. 10.
That is good. And I will, with my bonus action, probably throw my... Well, I guess, yeah, my sword doesn't have to worry about the aura. So I'll just throw my sword right there.
Right there. Okay.
Fancy long sword.
There you go. Okay. And then
So now...
is it attack? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it attacks in the same one. 22 to hit.
That hits.
Ooh, 12 damage.
Yes.
Which is, I'm pretty sure is also magic.
Yeah.
I would hope.
Yep. Dancing longsword is a magical item. So yes, it does some damage, chopping this thing up with your longswords.
Sweet. And that'll be my turn.
Okay. Next we go to Balrin.
So can you do bonus actions before you do your regular action?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to use a new thing I've learned since leveling up. I'm going to try to use a telekinetic shove to see if I can push this beast back 5 feet.
Okay.
So it needs to roll a strength check and beat a 16.
Okay. Strength checks. Make a 16.
Sorry, it's the third bullet point in there.
Okay.
I realized it was a lot of things there.
17.
Okay, now I get to use my reaction of Bend Luck, where I'm going to apply a 1d4 penalty to that roll. And then hope to God that it fucking moves back. Yeah, okay, so it failed.
So
and now it moves back.
13. Okay. And it gets moved 10 feet, is that? Or
5 feet
5
away
feet?
from me.
Okay.
That was fantastic.
Yeah, when I saw that one, I'm like, ooh, this is going to come in really handy.
Yeah. Nice little
As a
push.
bonus action, I'm just going to continuously push a whole bunch of shit away from me.
Well,
Okay.
and using bend luck, like that was.
Oh,
Yeah, to make it fail its saving throw. Because that's a reaction, isn't it? Bend luck is a reaction?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
So bonus action and a reaction. Okay. Now I'm going to cast my last 4th level spell. Oh, I wonder if I can.
Would you
I think charming.
would you be
What?
pushing it 10 feet? Because I think I just moved it 5, so you're still like within melee range. Or did you want to move it more towards like right there, like
I mean, it says 5 feet away. So how does that work? Like, if it's right up next to me fighting me, it just means I'm just saying I push it away, so I should no longer be in threat. Like in its threat, whatever, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if it pushes 5 feet, it should only move 5 feet, not 10.
Yeah. Sorry. I was
So
reading the maximum of 20 up the beginning, but that's for ability scores.
Yeah,
See
it's
the
the
5
third
feet.
bullet point.
Okay.
Sorry. It's
Okay. So yeah, if you do a spell or a ranged spell, it would still. Well, I think.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it was like, I don't know how to best do this. Like, I would move to where we're just normal fighting position, right? Like, I would still be in threat and then push it.
Oh, I
I
see.
don't know, or operation. I basically want it to be. I want to be able to cast without having disadvantage, right?
Right.
So I don't know how best to pull this off. Like, I could have run through the door. Like, if it was on me, I could have stepped here, where I would still be under threat,
Oh,
right?
okay. Yeah. And then you'd
And then
push
I
it.
would push it 5 feet back.
Yep. And then it would be.
That-
Yeah, let's do that.
There.
Because that makes. Yep.
Okay. Cool. I said no. I think I'm just gonna do a scorching ray.
Okay.
No, I'm gonna do a chromatic orb. I'm sorry. I got one shot at this. It's a 4th level, so
Okay.
hopefully this hits.
And what kind of damage is it that you're gonna do?
It would be fire.
Fire.
I
Okay.
probably will need also that bless.
Oh yeah, to hit.
15.
Oops. 15 will hit.
Thank God. Okay. Here comes the pain.
And yes. Ooh.
Ooh.
So
29.
so it'll be 30.
30?
Because there was a 1 in there.
Okay. All right. Your fire chromatic orb just like totally burns and does some super damage onto this. Uh-oh. Is that surge time?
No, that is, but that was a 1. A 1 would surge.
Oh, 1. Okay.
Not a 12.
Okay. Always. Okay.
A wasted nat 20.
Oh.
But still.
That's okay. That's your second 20 of the night.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's the end for me.
Okay. All right. Xiaomi, you are up
There's always
next.
just a magical unicorn or some butterflies up in there.
Yeah.
I know, right? I'm stepping 5 more feet back.
Sure.
Let's see how it can hit the doorway at me.
Xiaomi, you would still be within like melee range of it if you're going to do a ranged
Okay.
spell attack. You could try to move away, but it would have an attack of opportunity to get you if you did that. So,
Yeah. I still. This is magical, so I only want to use magic on it. Okay, is it how far back can I move?
your
Move back to,
full movement, so you can do 30 feet.
Okay.
So if you do that, it's gonna get an attack on you as you move back. Yeah, but just one. It's gonna try to slam you.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. You've got your cloak, so it's got disadvantage. So it's a 12 to hit you. That'll miss. So as you move out of the way, your cloak of what is it? Displacement? I think so.
Mhm.
So it does this shimmering, and then like the wind tries to whack at the cloak, and it just like whips around you and just totally misses.
Nice. How effective was the fire? Like in general.
It seemed to do some pretty good damage to this thing. So it didn't seem like it was resistant or anything like that. So
Okay. I'll go ahead and do an elf blast then.
sweet. Okay.
Although 300 feet. Am I gonna
Oh yeah.
get a disadvantage because of how far that is?
Nope. No. It's range, so anything that's like 10 feet or more, you can hit it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. I'll do that then. And I think I got 2 on this.
Oh, yep. Mhm.
2 blast these. So we'll see what happens.
Okay. This thing is definitely not immune to force damage, so 20, that's gonna hit. Ooh, 21. Nice. Yeah, go ahead and roll damage for both those. Eight and 9. So 17 damage. All right.
Yeah.
And did you want to? You could use Stinky Cheese Feet if you want to. This thing looks pretty messed up, by the way, too.
Okay, I'll use Stinky Cheese Feet then.
Okay.
So just 2d20s for him then?
Yeah. Yep. 2d20s. That's with his Rotted Claw weapon attack. Mm. Okay. So the 20, that'll definitely hit. I think 4 plus your, what is your spell attack modifier?
4 plus 1d10 plus.
Plus 10 spell modifier?
I think so.
Okay. So it'd be a 14. So yeah, the other one will miss, but you did get a crit. So let me roll the damage off of the Rotting Claw. So that'll be 12 slashing on the crit. Ooh, this thing is just barely hanging on. And I'm pretty sure, let me look at yeah. This thing does not look like it's affected at all from the Stinky Cheese Feet festering cloud that's around him. That's poisonous. So this thing doesn't even seem to bother him. So is that the end of your turn, Xiaomi?
Yes.
Okay. So the air elemental will go next. Let me see if it gets its recharge ability back. Nope, it does not. It's going to turn around to Halvard because Halvard did a lot of damage to this thing. It's going to swing at you 2 times with the slam attack.
All right.
A 21 and a 19. I think the 21 will hit.
Yeah, the 21 will hit. 19 just misses.
Okay. 16 bludgeoning damage. And
Gotcha.
that is the end of its turn. So we'll go to Biddy.
All right. Biddy's going to attack with her mace.
Okay.
Let's see.
8. That will miss.
There's, I think can I use the luck?
To reroll?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Roll the d20. I mean,
I think you can
technically it's
re-roll your, yeah, if you miss, I think. Go
I'm
ahead.
gonna use a luck point.
Okay.
That's 2 out of my 3. And I'm gonna reroll. Ah, sorry. Oh, I hit the wrong thing.
Oh,
Should I read that?
yeah. Click
Okay,
on
sorry.
the weapon that you're
That was my
attacking with.
brain. I'm attacking with my mace. Ooh,
23, that'll hit. You
Okay.
see the luck,
So
powerful luck of Mishakal.
it'll take 7 bludgeoning
Ooh.
damage and because at level 8 I got this.
Oh, that's your radiant extra
It's my
damage.
radiant damage divine strike. Let me send it to game. Quick. At
Ye-
8th level, my weapon strikes with divine energy once on each of my turns. When I hit a creature with weapon attack, I can cause the attack to deal an additional 1d8 damage.
Ooh,
So,
okay, roll d8.
the
And Biddy, tell us how your mace hits this, and this divine strike eliminates this air elemental into nothingness.
Betty's just infused with this aura of Mishkal, and she's just feeling this power from the bless and from the strength of her friends and comrades, and she just takes her mace and just this energy shoots from her hand through the head of the mace and just whacks this air elemental smack upside its airy whateverness.
Nice.
And just explodes with this blue light and dissipates.
Cool. Awesome. Good job. You guys have just slain the air elemental. As you guys just kill this thing, the robed figure holds up a hand and says the following.
Enough.
The robed figure pushes back her hood and removes her skull mask, revealing the features of an elven woman.
Please forgive the rough welcome, but it was necessary to appraise your abilities. I'd like to speak now. I am Denelin, High Wizard of Anyari. You're not the first visitors my fallen city has had in recent days. The world that forgot us has been flocking here, to the paradise of Istar. I fear that although my home has suddenly been remembered, its lessons have not.
And she looks at you guys and she says, I've been watching you guys all this time. I'm just going to do this without the voice because there'll be a lot of back and forth. But yes, you guys want to ask her any questions or anything?
Who else has visited here recently? We thought this looks like we were the only ones that have come through here for a long time.
Just north of here, and she points to the door right here. Your drift globe is kind of going over there and can see kind of down the hallway there. But she says just out here is a doorway to the city of last names. I'm aware that there's an invasion happening right now in the city, and these visitors that have been flocking here seem to be of some reptilian creatures, possible dragon bat winged type. Dragons that I haven't seen, almost like lesser type dragons. And she kind of describes basically dragonelles and stuff, and armies of bearing the mark of Takesis and stuff have been massing into the city. She doesn't know who these troops are or what plans they have. She shares with you guys what she's seen of the invaders' movements. She's seen like patrols of soldiers and monsters that roam the city, focusing much of their activity on the threshold of heavens at the city's center. She says troops also. Actually, let me show you guys just a map. She'll take you kind of just outside the city to show you guys because there's some really cool stuff I want to show you guys. Let's see. Here we go. So you guys take a look outside the city and you just are kind of amassed way up on this hill, like way out here, but you see dragonels flying overhead. You see armies kind of like patrolling. This area right here in the middle, that's what she was talking about. Patrols of soldiers and monsters roam the city, focusing much of their activity on the threshold of heavens at the city's center. She mentions troops also frequently come and go from a sizable mansion that lies along the road to the threshold. She suspects the latter is a command post. And let me pop you guys to a map of this whole shindig. Here we go. Get used to this map. It's going to be with us for a little bit. Not as long as Northern Calamon map, but
I'm just like Northern Waste. Oh my
so this is the threshold of the heavens. This is kind of cool. They have little things down here. This is what it looks like from a horizontal type view. The whole the City of Lost Names built down below into the plains here. You guys right now are like right here. So this is kind of like a small area. It almost looks like it was like used to be like an old building part of the city that crumbled and was lost inside of this of the stonework, the rocks and everything. But this is that main center area. The mansion that she's talking about that looks like a fortified place is right down here. Let's see what other stuff. Yes, I'd imagine you guys are probably curious about what the threshold of heavens is. She explains that it is where the city's flying magic was controlled. She says she won't be accompanying you characters into the city, but she gives you guys kind of a basic overview of its geography. Which
Wait. Let's pause on that for a minute. You're not going to come with us. You've been hanging out in here. You used up a very valuable item so that we could fight it, and you've shown we've tested ourselves, and now you're just going to go back to living in here. You should probably be helping.
she
Recognize you as a fellow order of the Red Robes.
she's like
You're in this mess.
she says, "Yes, I am a member of the Red Robes. I have been here ever since the city was held. Listen, I've made a lot of mistakes on behalf of my people, and this is my penance here. I must do what I can." She's like, you mention an item of powerful importance. That is nothing compared to. She pauses and she looks at all of you guys. Out of character, who is carrying the broken Dragonlance?
God. Is it Alfred?
That's my guess.
Okay.
'cause You're the strongest. I don't know.
I don't think.
Okay. We'll go with that. So Halvard, she stops at you and she's like, I sense a very powerful magic presence about you. And with her hand, she like you see the Dragonlance like rises out of your pack, and she's like, wow. She's like, this used to belong to Knight Sarlamir back in the days. I've seen it before. This is what Sarlamir tried to use which paladin the god cursed after the knight slew the gold dragon Caravarex. I don't think its reappearance is a coincidence. I would encourage you guys to go to the Temple of Paladin in the northeast corner, so it's over in here. And perhaps to reveal why the god has returned the lance to Anyari.
Head to where?
The Temple of Paladin, or Paladine.
It's northwest.
Northwest, yep, on that clicky thingy.
Oh, I see.
So that's where the Temple of Paladine is. This is where the Threshold of Heavens is. This is where the kind of that, let's see, kind of the heavy troop area command post that she thinks is a command post down here. Also, she mentions there is a temple, an evil bastion temple of Takesis right here that is swarming with a lot of dark and evil things all around. Back in the days, people worshipped all sorts of gods. Takesis, or this is like a temple of the evil gods. So she notates that. Let's see what else. She is gonna also share with you guys. Let's see. So that's the city. Also, just kind of some cool tidbits up here in the northeast. That's what the flying city used to look like back in the day. So this entire city of lost names that you see that's down here was basically like this huge floating piece of land. And it basically just crashed in here. So these are like the ruins of that. You can see like Dremlin goes into like huge detail about how the city used to be and how it was controlled in the middle to fly, and it was broken out in like 3 large sections, which you kind of see the remnants of 3 destroyed sections of the city. So it's basically been in ruins for hundreds of years. Let's see, what other... Oops, let me go back to my notes. So yeah, she mentions about the Dragonlance. You guys check out the Temple of Paladin. She does look...
I have another question for
Yeah.
you, ma'am.
Yes.
Another question.
Yes.
So you are here to pay penance, right? That's what you're here for? Is that what you're
She
saying? You have to stay in this little cave.
she says, you guys are my opportunity to learn. Here's your opportunity to learn from my mistakes. The world's greatest mistakes must not be repeated. Anyari is my tomb. We must both stay buried, is what she says. She says, my time is over. It's up to the people of the new world, such as yourselves, to avoid the sins of the past.
And I don't suppose you have an extra one of those orbs on you to help us along the way?
She does not, but she says, you have something greater than an orb. You hold
I know.
the secret weapon. She looks at you too, like both you and Xiaomi, and she's like, congratulations, I see you guys in combat, and I have seen you guys through combat all in this path of memories, this dungeon, if you so to speak. It used to be in the days part of the section of the town that I lived in and studied. But I have seen your ways of high sorcery magic, and I thank you guys and basically kudos to going through the test. If for some reason one of you did not go through that test, and she looks about 100,000 yard stare in the direction of Corvallis, where a character of ours, Evan, is. Oh, Evan, this is his moment. So if he was here with us, there would have been a little test or anything, but that's okay. But she congratulates you guys that you are members of the High Sorcery, and she would like to show you also like a vision of the town. She is also going to share like the history of the city with you guys, like the departure of the dragons and how this was built on the bones of dragons and the fall of Anyari. But it's basically all the information that you've already read from the books and stuff, Balrin, and kind of shared with the party. So she just kind of goes over that stuff in detail. So if you guys have any questions about like some of that stuff, now would be just a good time to ask if you have any questions on that.
I don't think so.
Okay.
No,
For me.
no, I don't.
Okay. So yeah, what she's like to do is she's going to take you through just a little sample kind of what happened back in the fall of Anyari. So she kind of conjures up some magic and whisks you guys away in kind of like a dream state into this area. Let's see. So she talks about silver dragons and stuff sweeping through. Let's see. Let's see. Da, 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 da. So yeah, there's a flash of green light, and suddenly the ground shifts beneath you. Wind lashes your face, and the airs fill with screams. Your vision clears, and you find yourself above the clouds, standing at the edge of an exquisite floating city of graceful marble spires. All around you, people flee as dragons dive from the sky, tearing swathes of destruction. So, here in this picture, you've got a silver dragon basically attacking the town, which goes back to the fall of Anyari. And as you guys view that, okay. So I had a little encounter. If anybody wasn't high sorcery, but we can skip that and just go straight to the path of memories. Okay. So she says you guys look like you could use some rest before heading out. She offers you guys to stay and sleep. Take a long rest here would be very wise. Again, if you guys have any questions, what's that?
Yes, please.
Okay, so everybody click your long rest. Good job. You guys completed the path of memories. Another thing that we could do, let me just get to that map. The city of lost names. There we go. So it's up to you guys kind of where you want to go next. You guys can kind of discuss amongst yourselves, but you guys are here. So there are, kind of the three areas. I mean, you guys can really go and do what you want, but there's the Temple of Paladin, there's the Threshold of the Heavens, which looks very heavily fortified right now with flying dragonels and everything. And then this place down here seems to be a lot of stuff is going on. A lot of soldiers, a lot of nasty everything. But yeah.
So she said that the patrols and everything tend to be more focused around the center area, correct?
Correct.
There's still going to be some patrols probably around, but
There's
as frequently the further out we are.
yeah, you guys. Let's see.
Is there like a radius here that I should be?
Let me just read this for you guys. This is kind of the view of the city. So, a glittering city of broken domes and jagged towers stretches before you. The nearby buildings and streets slope down into a basin of a vast ruin-filled crater. Your vantage provides a view of the entire city, some of its broken districts scarred by fire and flooding. Here and there, crumbled structures and massive rocks bob gently in defiance of gravity. And that's mainly coming from here, the center area. At the city center, a delicate tower of sharp marble and graceful buttresses rise into the sky. It's made all the taller by its rock foundation, which floats off the ground. But to answer your question, Biddy, yeah, you guys do see like some patrols around the city, like, it looks like, some of them patrols are either like working on a bridge or just patrolling the city. There's lots of little buildings all around here. But this area right there is very kind of swarming with a lot of nasties and all that. And same with the temple of the evil gods down there.
Wasn't one of our main goals here is to murder, death, kill the leaders, right? And
Correct.
the leaders would be in this headquarter area. But I was wondering, do we want to stop by the temple of Paladine first and then go do our murdering? Because like once we do that, there's going to be a lot of stir.
Probably.
Well, and getting more information isn't bad, usually.
Mm-hmm.
True. Do we know what we're supposed to do when we make it to the temple, or the lady just say go to temple?
Go to the temple and uncover like why the Dragonlance was most likely meant to be brought here.
Right. Especially if this was the lance that was used by the
King
The
Sarlamir, or the
douchebag
Knight Sarlamir. Yep.
that started desecrating dragon corpses. Yeah.
The guy that killed Carafarix. Yep. Okay, so you guys are thinking the temple then?
I think that's a good idea. Yeah.
Okay.
Check it out.
Let's see. We go till 9:30, right? Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. So you guys have a long rest and you guys wake up. You guys look. Let's see. There's okay. So you guys go outside and you look throughout on the hilltop up top, and this is what happens. Let's see. There we go. To the
We
south.
haven't started moving towards it, right? Have we?
No. So you guys haven't moved anywhere quite yet, but this happens. To the southwest, the crack and shearing stone sounds from a distant temple whose grounds teem with troops. On the temple's roof, a figure holds aloft a scepter crackling with a familiar violet flame. A moment later, a skeletal dragon scales the temple and unleashes a screech that echoes across the city. It pauses before the figure, who climbs onto the undead terror's back. Together, they rise into the air and circle the city before flying south and out of sight. And Biddy, with your highest perception, you recognize the undead dragon's rider from the Calamon catacombs. This is Knight Lord Soth, whose
This is
image that you guys
crazy.
saw here. the ultimate Darth Vader of Dragonlance.
Wait, so this is coming from which part of the city?
This is from. Let me go back to the. That was the southern area of the city. Let's see.
That sort of lodge area that you were talking about.
Not the outpost area, but the temple. Which this is the temple area.
Oh, okay,
Yep.
that one. Okay.
Yeah. So that's where this is all happening. Lord Soth riding off on a huge undead dead dragon. The outpost is right here. So out of like
I'll say,
okay.
Biddy, just inherently gets goosebumps and like a shiver goes through her and she shakes, like, her armor clattering, and it passes quickly, but you know, she's affected.
Okay.
She's scared.
Biddy, you also start hearing some crackling noises coming from your far gab.
Do I have the fire gab, or was it someone
No.
who was more attentive?
No, it was you. I
I
thought.
think it is, yeah. And you hear this voice.
Hello, Biddy? Biddy, is that you? Biddy? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, this is Biddy.
Oh my gosh.
What's up?
Oh my goodness. This is Rukel Dust. Are you okay? Are you guys okay?
Like, Tatiana Rukel Dust?
We just saw something come over the cliffs. A god's cursed dragon skeleton. We're retreating right now, and the dragon armies are following. We'll keep them drawn out as long as we can. See if you can get at whoever's in charge in there, okay?
I think we just made it through, and we're about to be. We see some people who look like they're probably in charge of something. There's like a big undead dragon, very looking purple guy. But you know what? You guys take care of yourselves and safe. Watch out for each other, and I will hope to catch up with you when we see you next. Okay?
All right, we'll see you then. You guys take care. We all believe in you. For Kalamon.
And she clicks off. All right. So
I
basically,
muted you for a quick second, Brian, because
Yeah.
I could hear Tara through you for a minute.
oh,
But,
okay.
I muted and unmuted you as I.
Oh, okay. That's funny. Okay. So yeah. Rukel Dust is basically encouraging you guys to stay on course and to find the Dragon Army leaders within the city rather than pursuing Soth, because that's not going to happen. But Rukel Dust kind of sounded pretty confident that Kalamon's forces can retreat safely. They've got a few tricks in store for their pursuers, so there's no need to rush out of character. There's no need to kind of rush your exploration of the city to return to your allies and stuff right now. So we will, take it from there. And it sounds like you guys want to go explore the temple, a paladin first. So cool. I think that's pretty much like all I had planned. I thought tonight was going to take a lot longer. But yeah, so we will continue off from there. But do you guys have any questions and stuff over content or anything? Okay. Cool.
But basically, like, we're watching South sort of depart from the city.
Yes, Soth kind of did a flyby and then just went south. So
does he have a nice little like blue dragon's valise on the back?
I don't know.
Little overnight backpack.
Little overnight backpack. Yep.
Did he pack a lunch?
Your perception's not that high, but he could have. He could very well have a paper bag lunch on the back there. So
All right. So like really, like we don't have to worry. Like I've been a little bit nervous about the fact that like Lord Soft was like reported to be in the city, I'm just like, okay, so that's not something I'm totally prepared for.
Yeah.
But if he is not necessarily the thing that we're going for, that's not our goal.
Yeah. No,
Be a
he's
lot higher level.
You-
Take on sloth.
yeah.
Yeah.
And he basically did like summon this undead dragon with his cataclysmic flame, so that's kind of scary. That kind of tells us why he
At
went
the
to
end,
the
dragon looked
catacombs.
like the skulls of the undead dragons that we fought, and the undead dragon Ballrin helped us avoid last week.
Yes. Although this looks like a greater version of what would have been thrown at us.
The extra.
Yeah. This is a very large yeah. This almost looks like it could have been Kiravarix itself. Summoned from the undead. So yes.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
good guy's gonna win.
So cool.
Auto.
All right.
I will stop
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I'll stop the session and stuff. But thank you for watching. Anybody that's watching.
Mm-hmm.